So we're talking about what a church is, and specifically kind of what our church is. What's a way that you kind of imagine it? What do you think a church is all about? Now, what most people are going to recognize about church is the Sunday morning worship is the driving force. It's kind of the core of every church, and that kind of makes sense. That's what we've been doing for 2,000 years. Sunday morning is that sacred time and space. But what it's kind of come is, we have a stage up front, we got chairs that face forward, and so some people might actually kind of go, what church is like is really, it's like a theater, right? It's a show that's put on, and if I like that, if that's what I'm seeking, then really my job is to basically show up and go, hey, this is what I want to be a part of. And so we come and we make sure that we get our ticket, and you get maybe some popcorn and you get something to drink, and you're going, hey, this is the movie that I want to see. And so I go and I get in my seat and I sit down and I wait for the show to start. And really, that's, if church is like a theater, that you've satisfied everything that you're supposed to be doing about that, and then you just kind of enjoy the show and go home. Or is church more than that? Or is the church like a restaurant? It's a place to go and get some good stuff. You come in and you pick your spot and you go, man, I really like what they do here and what they serve, and I know I'm going to get a good meal. Yeah, so a lot of people think about church like, they don't think about it as a restaurant, but they really approach it like a restaurant. They're going, man, I have my favorite place to eat. I'm here at Serena's. I like their food. I like what they produce. I picked a church where I'm getting what I want, and I want to order up the things. I like the music. I like the sermon. I like the programs, type of a thing. And you can kind of come, and I can make my order, and I wait. I know I'm going to get delivered good food. It's the stuff that I expect and what I really enjoy. But the church is more than just kind of what we produce. Paul uses some powerful words and concepts in the New Testament to kind of explain what this is and what we are. We're fundamentally not a show. We're not just a Sunday morning program. He uses words like a family and a household, being citizens of heaven, being built together as a temple, a body that has all different parts to it. He uses these and many others to really kind of drive at this main idea of going, we belong to one another. See, I could sit in this restaurant and have a great meal and a great time. I could be surrounded by lots of people, but be really disconnected. I don't belong to any of them. It doesn't matter to me whether the restaurant is full or empty. It's just, I'm only really thinking about, am I getting what I want? But Paul says that's not what the church is. The church is a place that we belong to one another. And so we've been talking about this concept of the church as an airport, and here's where we divide from that, is because an airport concept has no place really about relationship. It's not about belonging at all. But the church is. And so we're not like an airport in that sense. It's not just about kind of processing people or getting them somewhere. It is fundamental to us that we are a place where people connect and they belong to one another. They support each other. We get to know each other. We're invested in each other. But we are like an airport in that it's the purpose of the church to help us move from really a solo type of life, come and consume and move on, and it really has no bearing. The people around me have no connection, no bearing on my life. The church is to help us move us to a place where we actually belong. And we have built this community and these relationships that matter and are going to impact our development spiritually. In that sense, our church needs to become an airport. We are helping you to move from this isolated place to a place of deep, deep connection. And so some of the ways that we're going to do this as a church is, 3 words that we use is that from the first time someone comes, we want to help you feel included. We want to help you get involved in all the different things that we're doing, events and small groups and classes and bands. And we want to get you invested, where it's not just that you're consuming, but when we give of ourselves and we are contributing, and man, that creates a great amount of belonging to that. And so we want to open up those opportunities and get to the place where you're ready to be a member. That really is one of the key spots that you're going to, is deciding, do I belong here, and are you ready to take that step?
So membership is a whole lot more than just taking a class and getting your name on a list here of members. To be a member of gFree is to go, not only do you buy in to what we're doing and where we're going, and how we're pursuing God's will in the life of the church, but it is really an expression of commitment on your part to say, you know what, this is going to be my home church. This is going to be my home base. This is where I'm going to invest in and love and be loved and serve and be served. But the ultimate expression of this is really about finding those whom you're going to be growing with. We can have all the best stuff on Sunday morning. We can have a lot of programs, a lot of good content. But the secret sauce for where we're going is really tapping into this place where, who are you growing with? That's going to be a main question that we're going to be asking one another. It's going to be an expectation on my part of everyone that stays here and is part of this, is, can you identify those that you're journeying with, that you're on the pathway, you're walking together to discover what God has for you? And it's not a solo journey. We belong to each other. And that's what the pathway of belonging is all about.